This is a premium condition iPhone, the very highest refurbished grade. Let's open it. I've spotted a new top tier and ultimate category for refurbished phones on backmarket. Normally you can tell that a refurbished phone's being used when you get it, with some dings and scrapes, but now with premium condition it may be different. It's a higher level than has ever been offered before, sitting above fair, good and excellent conditions. Besides promising no signs of use whatsoever, it also assures at a minimum of 90% a higher battery capacity than any of the other refurbished marketplaces. And it's the only place I've ever seen which guarantees all original Apple parts, outside of Apple's own certified refurbished program. For context, the lower categories allow for from clearly used to almost flawless, but while some of them may be in very good condition, they may also have been repaired with non-genuine parts. Yes, verified parts is a sneaky way of saying absolutely nothing. But not on our premium one here. Naturally, it's also the most expensive tier on backmarket, so how do the prices compare? As you can see on this 13 mini, it is really a lot more than the lowest tier, but if you're looking at a better condition one, the gap between excellent and premium categories is under 50. Truly though, the comparison is how it stacks up against its closest rival, Apple's own certified refurbished program. Price-wise it is slightly cheaper than Apple, but at only 50 to 100-ish pounds less, the difference ain't massive. But, and this is a big one, Apple tends to only have recent models available, currently only from the 14 and on. So if you want a slightly older model in the very best condition, backmarket's premium may be your only option. In fact, I'm demonstrating this right now because we're going to buy this lovely 13 mini, Apple's last small phone, which you can't get refurbished from Apple directly anymore. Interestingly, a few months ago when it was still sold by Apple, they had it refurbished for £379. So this for £329 is pretty bang on what I'd expect, and seems like a reasonable price for it, if it is really in top condition. Oh, and while we're checking out backmarket's best, I think it's time we tested backmarket's own brand phone cases. They're not cheap, so like this premium condition phone, they better earn their price. Let's order! Here they are, they've arrived. It got here super fast in 2 business days, but the cases must have come from somewhere else, because they arrived separately on later days. It does rattle around quite a lot in there, so I hope it's well padded. Let's open, check its condition, and then we'll use a special program to see if it does have only original parts. First, the main man himself, our tiny 13 mini. Let's get rid of this bag, simple cardboard box, and open sesame. Just a cable, the phone, and a SIM tool too. You can see where the phone was rattling around. Not impressed with this packaging at all, especially on such a premium tier. The cable is a lightning to USB-C, rubbery feeling, not overly cheap, which is nice. Let's look at the phone. Oops, nope. Let's open the backmarket cases first. Better for attention. Padded envelopes, nice slidey boxes. They also come with these tempered glass screen protectors. I'm not usually brave enough to attempt these. I've been haunted by air bubbles before. The cases feel reasonable. I really like the pattern on the black one, even though it does look a tiny bit cheap close up. It's weird, this clear one's back is much more rigid than the black one's. It almost feels like it's made of a different material, like it'd snap if I bend it too much. Anyway, we'll try them on for fit in a moment, but first, the phone itself. Oh, this blue is a much lighter colour than I'd expected for some reason, but I do like it. And are there any blemishes? Once I wipe any dust off, really not a mark. No scuffs or scratches whatsoever, not around the edges or the lens rings either, and the screen utterly pristine. I'm impressed, this is absolutely the flawless condition promised. The buttons feel clean and clicky too. It's a bit of a fingerprint trap this though. Externally it's great, let's turn it on to see if it's emotionally stable too. Looking good, hello. And yes, we're in. Yeah, this all seems in order. The screen looks nice and bright and offers True Tone, which is a good sign it has probably not been replaced, and definitely not cheaply. And it seems to run smoothly, although the True test would be using it for a while. And the cameras are also all functional. Okay, the battery health now. Settings, battery health. Maximum capacity 93%, actually 92% now. The funny thing is it's actually gone from 93 to 92% between me opening the phone and me presenting this bit on camera, which is a bit worrying. Ugh, that is quite a bit lower than I'd been hoping. It must have been used quite a bit. It's so pristine looking that I thought it was almost new. In a moment I'll check with this program how many charge cycles that is, but ugh. I know this is within the range promised, and if this was a lower condition tier refurbished phone, I'd have no problem with this, but honestly I think that range is far too wide for a premium option. Personally, I feel that over 95% should be the cutoff. Then you'd feel like you have an almost new phone, which seems to be what they're going for otherwise. Am I being too harsh? Okay, the final test is with this program. It recognises the iPhone 13 mini, though it misidentifies the model number for some reason. It thinks it's an iPhone 14. I don't really think that means anything. I've seen it do that before. And if we take a look at the verification report, it's all good. The part numbers all match up with what they should be, so it's likely all original parts and may very well not have even been opened. It gets a score of 100%, which is great, but the battery health is given an even worse 92% by the program, which is apparently 252 charge cycles. So how does this compare to Apple's certified refurbished program? Well, it did live up to it in some areas, but not all. Fast shipping and really incredible condition as promised, which is the most important thing. But I do have a couple of significant reservations. I mean, the packaging could really do with some work. I mean, compare it to Apple's offerings. You could legit gift it to somebody like this, especially if you don't like them quite enough to bother wrapping it yourself. But this, it just looks cheap. Hell, even the cases came better packed. It just doesn't feel like you're receiving a premium service when it arrives in this. Honestly, it's hard to forgive bad packaging on expensive devices like iPhones, even if you're buying it only in the lowest condition. But here, it's just inexcusable. And my larger problem with it, and the one that bothers me more, especially in the long term, is, of course, the battery. I don't mind it not being brand new like it is in the Apple certified refurbished one, as long as it's very close. But on 92–93%, this doesn't feel close. It's more like a year-old phone, with a significant chunk of its battery life gone before you've even started. It's not my idea of premium. Finally, as we check how the cases fit, what do you guys think? Is this reasonable value, or would you prefer to pay a little bit more to go for Apple's refurbished option? Tactilely I prefer the black one, but aesthetically for me the clear one edges it out. The very subtle arrow design on the back allows the phone's blue to show through. Both of them have these clever semi-cutouts for the buttons, which means they actually press really nicely through the cases. These are both definitely better than the cheapest £3 variety I usually get off Amazon or eBay, but 20 quid? It's hard to justify, but you can spend 50 quid on a phone case these days, so I guess. Thank you for watching, and let me know, are you planning to go refurbished next? Cheerio. Cheerio.